Yeah, that's me, Mechee from the Midwest, pulling up in the 2022 Cherry Grand Cherokee. This ain't just a driveway, it's the front door to a conversation. Welcome to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. As promised, I told y'all I'd get back in here and give y'all some results from this weekend. Couple of things. I want to get into the results of the DAZN boxing, UFC 328 predictions. I want to give y'all the results on that. Great card, like I said it would be. And I wanted to give y'all a quick update on the NBA playoffs and where we stand now. And then Thursday, we'll get back in here. We got music to discuss, results of Backlash, movie that we went and saw. We finally went to go see Michael. I'll give y'all my review on that. Because it should have been, it's like the third week that it's out. And just to be brief, one thing I hate about the movies is when, or maybe it's everybody like that. I went to go book the movies on a Thursday night because I know on Friday is when the movie come out. Well, the movie's gonna be there that we wanted to go see. And I let Emery select where we're gonna sit at. 3 seats, right? It's 9 seats already taken total. Soon as we get up in the damn movies, that whole damn theater was packed still. So I'm thinking, we look at each other like, damn, did we pick the wrong one? But I'll be thinking like, man, a lot of people just book at the last minute. That's something that just random I had to say. But man, that should be blowing the hell out of me because I'm thinking we got the whole movie theater to ourselves. Then we could sit wherever we want and stuff. But we still had great seats. We was right in the middle where we wanted to be. But then just being around all those people. And then it's like, nothing against white people, but it's like, it was a lot of white people up in there. And it's like, maybe because the area I'm in, but I didn't think that many people love Michael Jackson because you always hear about the allegations and stuff like that. You don't hear about the artist and how he was acquitted and not convicted of any of the stuff that they try to put on him. But we'll save that for Friday. Let's get in here and talk about the results of the DAZN boxing that went down. The 2 fights that I wanted to speak about were, where was it at? Zach Chelly and David Morrell. David Morrell, I said he would win this one easy. Me not knowing not the background on the Zach dude. He's a young 28-year-old dude. I'm thinking that Morrell is just building up after he lost to Benavidez because he just won not too long ago, a couple months ago. And then he's getting in there just staying active. And Morrell get up in there and get his ass whooped. Something about boxing is that the big thing about boxing is you can't play boxing. Just because you get to fight somebody at the top tier don't mean that you're the second best just because you got a title opportunity. You went out there, you fought a good fight. You was trying to hang in there, but then it got to round 10 and Buddy got him up out of there. I'm talking about knocked him out cold in the corner. He couldn't believe it happened. I'm pretty sure that's the first time he's ever been knocked out in his career. So that was tough to see, though. But I really thought Morrell had that one in the bag. And as far as the main event goes, Daniel Dubois versus Fabio Wardley. I said I was going with Dubois, and he pulled off the win. The thing about this fight is that the first 30 seconds, Wardley dropped Dubois. And then in round 3, he dropped him again. So I'm thinking, at this rate, he's about to knock Dubois smooth the hell out. But one thing I realized about Wardley is he just stuck to the same 1-2, meaning it's just 1-2, 1-2. That was it. He wasn't putting nothing else behind it. He was barely playing defense, and Dubois was putting bigger combos together, and he started putting him in the corner, putting more pressure on him, putting power punches on him, and he got that boy up out of there. I want to say round 11, he couldn't take no more. He had one eye shut. This is his first loss, so he's going to learn from this, but he has to get better on defense. He can't just sit there and trade shots, especially in the heavyweight division, because he did this his last fight against Joseph Parker. They were just trading shots. It's like at some point you got to learn how to play defense. That's my biggest thing with Deontay Wilder. He plays no defense. He just feels like he could just take the hit, and he's been knocked out a couple of times by Fury and by Big Bang Zhang. So overall, the card was pretty good. I was expecting Wardley to bring a better fight with him being undefeated, but Daniel Dubois said he wanted that belt. He is now the new WBO champion for the second time. It's the second time he had this belt. And it looked like he's going to be around for a while, man. It looked like he's going to challenge everybody. I feel like he could beat everybody in that division, but Usyk has beat him twice. I'm pretty sure he don't want the trilogy, but anybody else in that division, I feel like he can beat. maybe even Tyson Fury, because I just don't believe in Tyson Fury. I've really never been a big fan of Tyson Fury. But salute to Daniel Dubois for getting up after being dropped twice and making it on to finish that fight and taking Wardley's like he said he would before. I said I wasn't really a fan of him not shaking hands and stuff like that. I found it corny. But I said he shut me the hell up. That's all I got for y'all for boxing, man. This week we also will get into the Netflix boxing, the first ever Netflix boxing event that'll be going down. MMA, my bad. MMA headlined by Ronda Rousey and Gina Cardona or something like that. I know it's Gina Carzona or something like that. She used to be in the MMA as well. We also got Francis Ngannou on there, and we got Mike Perry versus Nick Diaz, I think. So that's going to be a solid card, but we'll get into that on Thursday's episode, and it'll be posted Friday morning. Like, share, and subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast for your latest boxing updates. Let's take a quick second and transfer over to, let's get into the UFC right quick. All right, with the UFC 328, like I said, another solid card in the books. We have a new champ, and we had a champ to retain. Let's get into the card, though. The fights that I did my predictions on, Roman Kopylov, he won by unanimous decision. He had 3 knockdowns, 61 significant strikes. Looked like he dominated that fight. Prelims, my boy, Jim Miller. I told y'all he's going to pull off the win. He only landed 9 strikes, and he went for the submission, choked the piss out of Jared Gordon, got him up out of there in the first round. Next fight, we had Grant Dawson versus Rebecca. I think I went with Dawson on that one. He got the submission in the 3rd round. In the main event of the prelims, we had Atiba Guitar. He won by TKO in the 2nd round versus Ozzie Davis. He had 23 significant strikes, 1 knockdown. That 1 knockdown put him down. It was Diaz did okay for the 1st round, but as Guitar settled down for that 2nd round, he beat the living hell out that man, got him up out of there. They said he's one of the biggest feared dudes in that division currently. Now, main card, we had King Green versus Jeremy Stevens. I told y'all, man, I'm really not a fan of Bobby Green because it's just his antics. He comes off as he's like what's my boy name? Kevin Holland. They play too much. Like they want to play, talk, and that crazy and stuff. Keep their guard down. So he's walking around like this the whole fight and stuff, just talking shit. But he was able to get in Jeremy Stevens' head, packed him up a little bit, end up taking him down and choking him out in the very 1st round. I couldn't believe it. 57 significant strikes. I was talking to my pops before that. We were saying the same thing, like Bobby Green, he don't take the fight serious. He's probably going to get his ass whooped. Pulled off the win. So salute to King Green. Next, Sean Brady versus Jaquan Buckley. Jaquan Buckley, man, I'm pissed off about this fight because before the fight, they were saying Brady was the favorite, right? And then as it got closer to the fight, everything switched over to Buckley being the favorite. And he went out here knowing that Brady was a wrestler, and he let him take him down 3 rounds in a row. And every time he took him down, he just dominated with the punches. He had 245 strikes to 21. Like, he really ain't put up a fight at all. 12 minutes control time. You're not going to win those type of fights ever in life. So I was very upset with Buckley. Salute to Brady because he's going to continue going on. He was undefeated for a while, and he ended up losing to might have been MVP. He might have been MVP, I want to say. But yeah, salute to Sean Brady. Shame on Buckley for coming in that fight and not being able to avoid the takedown at all. Alexander Volkov beat Waldo Cortez Acosta. I thought this was a very, very close fight. But look at the numbers. Volkov outlanded him 88-54. All significant strikes. They threw power punches the entire fight, power kicks the entire fight. My thing with this fight was I had Volkov winning, but I felt like if Acosta could get in close, he's able to land those punches on a much bigger and taller fighter. he wasn't really able to land. I mean, he was able to land 54 punches, but he had to like rush him to do it. And Volkov just kept the distance. Like, look, I'm 6'5" or something like that. I'm just gonna kick you from a distance, and my jab, I can get you up out of there, keep you away from me. Boom, keep you about that situation. So salute to Volkov for winning that. Another UFC heavyweight vet. Co-main event of the evening. I was worried about this fight because Joshua Van versus this TR guy. Dude was putting a whooping on Van this whole fight. He was able to get 8 takedowns. So, and it's not like he took him down a couple of times, like straight takedown, but then a few of them, it was just drag you down to the ground. So it wasn't like no domination type of takedown. But significant strikes, Van, 131. TR, 55. They said what started the downfall was when it got to the 5th round was 4th or 5th round, he caught TR with a knee to the head, but his hand was still on the ground. So technically that's illegal. But from the position the ref was at, he couldn't see that part. So he wasn't it looked like he didn't recover from it, but when he stood up, Van was in his face and he just kept on putting punches together, hella combos, and got him up out of there and got the TKO in the final round with 1 minute and 32 seconds left. He is still the champ. He retained the champ. I think they said Pantoja, the one that had the belt before him, he got injured that fight. They're going to have to run it back and see if he holds up as a legit champ, because some people are saying he's a paper champ because he got awarded the belt because what's name Pantoja got hurt during their fight. But you can't take it away from salute to Joshua Van. Main event of the evening. What a fight. I was not expecting this, even though I wanted my boy to win. He pulled it off. Sean Strickland is your new middleweight champion. He is the first one to defeat Khamzat Chimaev. Chimaev had 9 takedowns on him. Now, these were, like I said, these weren't no dominating slams or anything like that. Maybe 2 or 3 of them he was able to take him down legit, but the rest of them was them just mauling him down to the ground and trying to lay on him. He had 7 minutes control time, 137 strikes, 98 significant strikes. Sean Strickland had 160 strikes and 123 strikes. Now, usually when I say this, I say that most judges look at it as if you have more takedowns and more strikes, you're going to win that. And you're the champion. They're not giving that belt up. But Sean Strickland was throwing straight power punches, just staying right here. I don't know what type of, like, he's doing like one of these and like trying to do the shoulder roll. So he's like this and just standing there, like just waiting for him to throw a punch. And every time he do it, bow, just drop him. And he put a whooping on Chimaev. After the first 2 rounds, this when shit changed because Chimaev was able to get those first 2 takedowns. But that 3rd round, he tried to go for one and he stuffed him. And at that point, Chimaev was like, damn, I don't think I can take him down no more. So he was still able to get on him and get a couple, like maybe 3 or 4 of them where he stand up and drag his legs back down, stand up, drag his legs back down. But it wasn't for a long time. Like I said, it's only 7 minutes total control time. Sean Strickland was able to stay on his feet. And like I said, outstrike him by 25 punches. But the judges was in the favor of Sean Strickland. I'm not mad at it because I wanted to see somebody beat Chimaev to see if it humbled him. And it humbled him. They squashed their little beef they had before the fight. They was talking about killing each other, talking about people, dad, moms, and calling each other the P word and all type of crazy stuff. But at the end of it, it's like Strickland, they both respected each other. They said they're going to get some work in with each other. So salute to those fighters. Congratulations to the new champ, Sean Strickland, for winning this belt the 2nd time. You got to put him up there with some of the top middleweight guys out there because he beat Izzy for the belt, and now he just beat Chimaev. Them is 2 of the top dudes in UFC, not just in UFC, but also in UFC history when you look at it. So I'm a big fan of Sean Strickland. At first, I was like, dog, he don't know how to stop the takedown. He just going to go to the ground. But I think he learned from that Duplessis fight that you can recover from the takedown and you can stop him. Like you're stronger than these dudes. So I know everybody's going to be gunning for you now. You the champ. So I'm going to be pulling for my boy Sean Strickland, man. So salute to Sean Strickland. Salute to Joshua Van for keeping his belt. Pantoja is waiting for you. Like, share, subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast for your latest UFC updates. I'm not sure. I think we got a fight night coming up. We'll get into that. Maybe possibly I'll look into that card for this weekend. But the last thing I want to get in here and talk about the NBA playoffs round 2, as some of these matchups are being wrapped up. And hell, it looked like my team is heading out tonight for the most part. So let's get into that right now. All right. We have 4 games. Well, hell, 3 games left remaining right now in this round. Detroit and Cleveland will be playing tonight. Detroit is up 2-1. It's in Cleveland. Cleveland was able to pull off their win. They looked like they were going to lose for a moment. They was able to pull it off and get this fight 2-1. They need to win tonight to tie it up to go back home. As long as you defend home, everything is all good. Because now, if you continue playing back and forth, you'll be in Detroit, and it'll be a game 7. But this is all a setup because as soon as these mugs get put out, I mean, whoever wins, they're going to have to play like 2 days later in the Eastern Conference Finals. So tonight, I want to see Cleveland win just so I want to see them tied up and extend basketball. So I'm going to go with Cleveland to win tonight. New York Knicks wrapped it up with the 76ers, 4-0. They swept them boys, got them up out of here. I was looking at the chatter from the 76ers fans. A lot of them are blaming the coach for the rotation. Like I said, man, when it comes to me, if anybody knows me, I'm not blaming the coach for most of the stuff. Yes, it's a such thing as bad coaches, but the players have to play. You have a Embiid out there that's not healthy. If he's not healthy, stay your ass home. Don't bring him out. Don't suit up if you're not healthy. I understand you see the comments, you hear the loud noise. Oh, Embiid is injured every year. Okay, go seek help, motherfucker. Stop coming up to these damn games if you're not healthy to do it, because it's going to always come off as an excuse. Paul George, playoff P, podcast P. Every time it gets to a game that is must-win game to win or go home, he chooses to go home. This cat had 7 points by the second half. Third quarter, he played a little bit. He got pulled from the game, and he didn't even get back in the game. Maxey tried to stay out there. Terrible series for him. Embiid checked out early. The only person that had heart was VJ Edgecombe. He's a rookie. He stayed into early fourth quarter, but the Knicks was smacking him. They was up by 30 points. My main issue with this is, like, people would say all they want about the coach, not with the rotation, all this crap. My thing is that if these players wanted to play, if they feel like, hey, we owe it to our fans to give it all we got on this last game, if we're going out, we're not losing by 30. We might lose by 8 or 10, but we're not losing by 30. Knicks checked out their whole damn team. They got their G League up in there. Keep your starters on the court. Run these motherfuckers up out of here. They're not even supposed to be here. And then put that type of pressure on them. And like I said, at least you go out on your shield showing some type of heart. But they took out the weak way. They went and sat down. Coach told them come sit down, have a seat. The game's over with. And they obliged, which they shouldn't have. I don't care what nobody say. I'm always feel that way. Even if the Lakers, when we played the OKC tonight, if we're getting blown out, I want to see every starter on that damn court. And JJ Redick can't say shit because LeBron don't listen to him. That's just your boy. Keep your ass out there and play. I better not see Bronny James on the goddamn court. Y'all ain't been playing Connect. Keep them all off. Keep the starters on there and go down with y'all shield. If we're not losing by 30 tonight, if we can lose by 10, I'm okay with that. I knew this was going to be a sweep or possibly get a one game, but we are not losing by 30 points tonight. If we do, I bet not. If those damn starters better be on that damn court. I can tell you that right now. So that's all I had to say about that. I just don't like the way that the Sixers went out. They went out like cornballs at home. And y'all built this team. Y'all have a solid team, but Embiid is not healthy. He's never been healthy. He's not been healthy now one season since y'all had him. It might be time to get away from him. Find a trade partner that's thirsty enough to take a 3-year deal worth $150 million and just take advantage of it and move him up out of there and build around Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. That's the best thing to do. That's just my personal opinion, though. As I said with so we got the Spurs and the Timberwolves tonight. Wemby elbowed Nas Reed in the side of right in the neck. And I thought at first it wasn't intentional. They showed the replay. He elbowed the hell out of that man. He seen where Nas Reed was, and he threw a crazy elbow. They gave him a flagrant 2, ejecting from the game. And to me, that cost them the game. That kept the Spurs without the big man. Timberwolves started attacking the basket. Anthony Edwards was looking like he's 100%, even though he's not. He went out there playing like we're not going home yet. And they was able to pull it off to go up 2-2. I'm rooting for Minnesota, man, because after Wemby did that, I can't rock with nobody doing no corny stuff like that. I felt the same way when Ron Artest did that to James Harden years ago when he was celebrating an elbow James Harden in the side of the head. It's like, it's just corny, man. Just play basketball, leave it out there on the court, put the ball in the hoop. That's all it comes down to. So I'm rocking with Minnesota for the rest of this series, man. I can't believe Wemby did that. He got a lot of growing up to do. I know he's only 20 or 21 years old. Grow up. You 7'5" motherfucker. Last fight of the night, I can't even call it a fight. The last series of the night is the Lakers versus OKC. OKC, they just shot us out the gym. We couldn't stop the three-pointer. DeAndre Ayton's playing weak. Austin Reeves is complaining every single play. Every time he goes to the basket, even if the ball's not in his hand, he's yelling at the referee. Whole time while he's yelling at the referee, we got 5 people down here, 5 to 4. You down here talking to the referee, easy bucket. Three-pointer, wide open, somebody's open because your ass down here talking to the referee. Leave the damn referee alone. You're in LA. Don't look for the referee. Just play basketball. Stick to the game plan. If you find yourself behind, don't complain. Just play the game. The series be over with. Go tomorrow when you go to sleep, you're gonna wake up and it's all over with, fellas. Hell of a fight. Even though we didn't put up a fight, I knew this was where we was gonna get. We was gonna get to the second round and we was gonna get bounced out because we had to play OKC or San Antonio. We're not beating either one of them teams. I'm surprised we beat Houston. If they would have had KD, we might not have won that one. So that's it for Lakers Nation, man. I believe we out tonight. If we do pull off the win, I'll be surprised. But they owe it to the fans at least get one against the champs. They done beat us 7 games in a row this year, which is crazy. No heart at all. The last 2 games, we was up at halftime, and second half, we just came out there and shit the bed. So signing off from the Lakers for the season, man. Better luck next year. Hopefully, Luka come back healthy, and hopefully we can get some defenders because we still lack defenders. We need to build around the bench. We got to pick up some pieces, man. That's all I got for y'all today on this episode. I want to thank y'all for tuning in for this quick episode. Like, share, and subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast. I will catch y'all we'll catch y'all on Thursday, Friday morning with the newest episode. Like I said, I got a couple things lined up for y'all. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. On Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and follow me on TikTok for all the clips, the YouTube. I got the shorts and all that type of stuff. Just trying to continue to build a page up and get up to 500 followers by the end of the year.
All black tonight. Shirt says it all. Mechee from the Midwest. Been a long day, but the city stays awake. Hold up. You see that? MFTM in the sky. Guess they're calling.